Arameh, I'm 21 years old and I'm doing a double major in advertising and marketing at AUT. I started with Joe Fit in July and we're now in November, and at that time I was in a really dark place in my life and I was quite depressed. A lot had sort of been going wrong for me in my life, and I'd recently shaved my hair for cancer, for Shave for a Cure, because I'd volunteered for an organisation called Camp Quality, and they do camps for kids with cancer, and we had lost one of our kids last year, and I think that had a huge impact on me and I wanted to do something to give back to them. And then over that period of time I also gained a lot of weight and I wasn't used to being as big as I'd gotten, and so it was really, really hard for me, and I was really unhappy in my degree, not the one that I'm doing now because I've changed, but and so I was just in a really dark place, and all of a sudden I saw one of my friends on Facebook actually post up something about Jo and her personal training, and my mum had been nagging me about getting a personal trainer and getting back into focusing on my weight and my health and stuff, and so I was like, oh well, I may as well give it a go, like nothing to lose. So I set up a consultation with Jo, and I remember walking through the gym doors and she let me in. She gave me a massive hug, like we'd known each other forever, and we came up, had a massive consultation, got to know each other, and instantly clicked. I just knew that she was going to work for me, and I think one thing that really stuck with me in that consultation was the fact that she said to me, I want to help you help yourself. So it wasn't, I'm going to help you and it's going to be me making it happen. It was more, I want to help you to empower yourself and love yourself instead of anything else, more than anything else, I mean. And that really, really stuck with me, and it has throughout my whole training. So far I've lost 12.8 kilograms, which is amazing. I feel very proud of myself. And it's all just been, it's just been so amazing because we've had this little group of us who all train with Jo, and we all work together and we encourage each other and we're like a little family. And it's just like whenever someone's sort of not on their sort of A game and they don't really feel like training, all of us will try and pull them up, and that's happened to me because I remember at the start I just did not have any motivation to train because I wanted results and I wanted them instantly. That's how I used to diet. I used to yo-yo diet all the time, and I used to just exercise for short periods of time, lose the amount of weight I wanted, and then get off it again. Gain weight, back on, back off. It was just really bad. So this is probably the longest I've gone consistently exercising and eating well, and it's definitely paying off. But as I was saying at the start of my training with Jo, it took me a long time to sort of get my motivation to click in. I found it really hard to get into training. I would often text Jo and say, oh, I'm sick, so I can't come to boxing tonight. And actually I would just be in bed, like depressed and sulking for no reason. But after a while, I think I had this massive talk with Jo, and we were talking about vision boards, and we were talking about how it's so important to attract what you want and to think positive thoughts and to be proactive about it. It's not just about, oh, positivity will just come. You have to search for it. You have to find it within yourself in order to gain positive energy. And so that was like a massive aha moment when we were talking about the vision boards, where I realised actually if I want change in my life, I need to create the change myself, and I need to want the change to occur. And from that moment I was just so determined to change my life around, and I have never been so happy before, ever. And I've never enjoyed exercising so much. I feel like a little kid, which is her aim in life, is to bring out the child within and everyone that she trains, which is amazing because you feel it when you're with her. And I just find that after being around Jo, she's taught me to remove toxicity and negativity from my life, and as a result of that, the people around me who I attract and the people who I surround myself with are so different to who they used to be, which helps with my mindset and with my goals in life and with what I want, and everything mentally within myself has changed from who I was before I was with Jo. And I now have all of these aspirations, all of these dreams about travel and work and a career and everything that I want to do with my life. And it's just like a 360 degree turnaround, to be honest, because if you'd known me before I'd met Joe, you would not have recognised me, to be honest. And I don't mean what you see. I mean the personality, my personality, who I was, what I said, all of that stuff was just completely different. And I remember one thing that's really stuck with me is that my mum and I are very, very close, and she, before I met Joe, she was really, really concerned about my health and my mentality and how depressed I was and how down I was, and I just changed out of a degree after 4 years of staying in that degree, and I was so unhappy in that degree, and I didn't actually complete it because I was so unhappy and I just needed to remove myself from that situation. And I just remember I remember meeting up with Joe, and about 2 weeks into my training with Joe was the weekend, it was a Sunday, and I met up with Joe and we had that vision board talk. And I remember going home, and the next day I saw my mum and I talked to her about everything Joe had told me, and my mum literally just had tears in her eyes. She was just like, my Arameh is back, you know, like she was just like, I had lost you and who you were and what you were about, and your love for yourself and your love for life had just disappeared. And now it's just all come back to you, and I'm so happy that it's back. And I feel it now, like I absolutely am a completely different person, and I'm really, really excited to reach my goal weight, which is about 20 kilos away. So hopefully 20 weeks, if I eat well and exercise. And I mean, there's always ups and downs. There's always weeks where you gain weight, weeks where you lose more than you expect, which is a great week. But you have to just remember that it's your mentality that remains. It's because weight's going to come up and down, you're going to lose, you're going to gain. But if your mentality is set straight and you're on the right track mentally and you have mental strength and capacity to keep going, then you will keep going. And I think that's what Joe's really taught me, and I love her for that. Thank you.
Thank you.